Hello, everyone. I'm Meg from Maison Jupiter and Beyond Mystic, and welcome to your weekly Beyond Astro forecast here on the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and happy October, everyone. Happy Libra season and birthday to all the October Libras, and happy birthday to all the October Scorpios. Hope you're all doing very well out there. Let me know how you're doing in the live chat and in the replay comment section below. I always love to hear how everyone's doing out there, especially during these times with all of the crazy energies. And this week is not an exception. So we're going to get into some of the intense, I'm going to use the word intense, things going on astrologically this week. But before I do, I just want to mention a couple things. So first of all, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to Beyond Mystic's YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. I know sometimes people get unsubscribed randomly, which is kind of weird. And if you really enjoy this content, like and share. We really appreciate that. And it helps us to grow the channel and to get all this magical information out there to the world for everyone that is ready to hear it. So thank you all so much for your support. And I'd also like to mention that I am offering one-on-one personal astrology consultations at the moment, and those are available over at maisonjupiter.com. And we've got a discount code. Everyone that watches the Beyond Astro every week gets a discount code, which is all in one word, Beyond Mystic, that you can use to get 10% off of your next reading with me. And I'm currently offering 1 hour birth chart astrology readings and also 1 hour looking at your year ahead using the astrological transits. And it's a really good time to have a looking at the year ahead personal forecast, not just because we're coming to the end of 2023, a Gregorian calendar year, and we're about to have a new, Gregorian calendar year 2024, but also we're in an eclipse season now. And these are some of the most fated times that we can have astrologically. And it's very important to be aware of where the eclipses are activating and highlighting in your chart, in your life. So that's something we can definitely look at in the 1 year personal forecast. So, okay. First of all, I'm going to just not share my screen for a moment. First of all, and I mentioned this last week and I'm going to mention it again, and I'm going to talk about it in the next Beyond Astro as well, which is that we are in an eclipse season. We are entering an eclipse season. So even though we've got, our first eclipse October 14th, full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, and then we've got another eclipse October 28th, which is a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. The new moon one is going to be a solar eclipse in Libra. Sorry, I had to mess my words up there. Even though we're less than 2 weeks away, we're still in the eclipse season now. So a couple weeks before the eclipses actually happen, we enter into that energy. And for a couple weeks after they're done, we're still in that energy. So we're going to feel the collective energy vibrations get more intense as we are now into October. We're only 10 days away from that new moon eclipse in Libra. And I'm filming this Beyond Astro on October 4th. Okay. So we are in the influence of these eclipses, and these eclipses are highlighting our relationships, because that's what Libra rules in astrology, and our values and the beauty and enjoyments of life, and our resources, Taurus, and what is natural, and being grounded and committed to the natural timeline. So both of these eclipses are ruled by the planet Venus. So Venus rules our values. We're all being tested on our values, our relationships, and are those things in alignment with the life that we truly want to have and create? So these eclipses are really initiating us into looking at those Venusian areas of life at the moment. And we've also right now have a lot of Scorpio influence in the month of October. I mean, that's an understatement. We got a whole lot of Scorpio influence and it's going to get more and more intense and more stronger. So even though, yes, we are in Sun in Libra season, which is a beautiful sign of harmony and balance and beauty, we got some intense things going on. We're going to talk about, and I'm going to share the chart in a moment. We're going to have a Mars square Pluto this week on October 8th, which is one of the most intense aspects you can have in astrology. So that involves Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio. On October 10th, we've got Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, going direct. And then on October 23rd, we've got Scorpio season beginning. And then October 28th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, the opposite sign to Scorpio during Scorpio season. Plus some other interesting aspects involving Pluto that I'll talk about in the coming Beyond Astro. So the Plutonian energy is strong even at the beginning of the month, even though we are still in Libra season. And what is the planet Pluto all about? Pluto is about transformation, revealing, secrets, the dark side of life being revealed, purging, cleansing, our occult knowledge and wisdom, our relationship to our shadow side and the hidden sides of life, hidden money, also sex and tantra and merging with others, our soul intense relationships with others. So all of those themes are definitely highlighted this month for all of October. And in particular, I want to bring up the chart for October 8th, 2023, which is going to be, what day of the week is that? Sunday, October 8th. You guys are going to want to mark your calendars for this, okay? Because this is going to be one of the most intense, I think, days of the year, actually. And why this is because we're going to be having Mars square Pluto exact. And just a few hours later, Venus moving out of 29 degrees Leo into Virgo, 0 degrees, Venus changing signs, which is the dispositor, the ruler of the eclipses coming up. And then a couple days later, on October 10th, Pluto going direct. And not to mention 27 degrees of Capricorn, Pluto's position is the exact Pluto return of America. So this is a very, very intense day. We're also in the influence of the eclipse season coming up. So what is Mars square Pluto? Okay, well, Mars is the planet that rules masculine, the divine masculine, strength, energy, assertion, living in the present moment in its light side, in its challenging side, which is what is being expressed because this is a square aspect. So it's a challenging aspect between Mars and Pluto. Mars in its challenging aspect is conflict, war, fighting, frustration, anger, intensity, hostility, okay? Pluto in its challenging aspect is the darkest sides of life and people's shadow sides and intensity. It is the planet of intensity, transformation, cleansing, and purging. And so this is really intense, you guys. Mars is at its fall position in Libra, so not in a very strong position, in square to Pluto in Capricorn, where we're just in those final degrees of Pluto in Capricorn, where we've had Pluto since 2008. So on October 8th, we can be feeling on edge, personally and collectively, restless and frustrated, okay? If you are feeling like more frustrated than usual, even now, even as I'm filming this on October 4th, Mars is square Pluto. It's just not exact yet. It's going to be exact on October 8th. If you are feeling frustration, that is totally normal. And we just had a full moon, full super moon in Aries on September 30th, which is the sign Mars rules. So I've been really feeling and channeling lately that frustrations are coming up to be dealt with, to come to the surface, that we need to look at, heal, and move forward from, okay? And I mean, we've had a lot of frustrations the past few years with the world situation, so it can definitely be around that for sure. I feel like in particular, though, it's about our relationships because Mars is in Libra and Libra rules relationships and others. Okay. So there can be conflicts coming up in our relationships, power struggles coming up, and just being mindful, you guys, that we don't want to express the really shadow side, lower aspect of the Mars square Pluto, which is feeding into a fight or feeding into a conflict. Of course, there's sometimes when we need to stand up for ourselves. And I'm not saying don't stand up for yourselves, guys, if there is a situation where you need to. But if there's little situations come up, like you're at the grocery store and somebody freaks out at you, just to give like a silly example, on October 8th, maybe just walk away. You don't need to go into that conflict, because this is where, with Mars square Pluto, things can really escalate into a very intense place. So if you happen to have planned to have an intense conversation with someone on October 8th, you might want to reschedule that. If you have planned to do something intense or out of the norm on October 8th, you might want to reschedule that, okay? If you have planned to go to a protest on October 8th, you might want to reschedule that. So we just want to be taking it easy as much as possible, not feeding into, it is like a war and a conflict energy that is coming up that we are all processing collectively, okay? And we want to be in the light side of that. We don't want to be in the shadow vibration of that, where things can really escalate into something crazy, okay? Also on the world stage, this is a war type aspect between people's relationships. So there could be something escalating between two countries going on. Okay, not that I want that to happen, but just saying. And 27 degrees is a Gemini degree, which Gemini degrees represent our local neighborhoods, municipalities, towns, local living, friends, siblings, things being doubled, okay? Documents, information, and gossip. And 27 degrees of Pluto in Capricorn retrograde is the exact Pluto return position of America. So we're still in that right now. I think until October 10th, if I'm not mistaken. I might have the date wrong around that, but we've got about another week of that exact Pluto return position of Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, 27 degrees. This is where Pluto was when the Declaration of Independence was signed and the USA became a country. So this is very auspicious. This is very powerful. And I think that the United States is going to be very highlighted on October 8th and this week and coming into next week. And this is just a transit chart showing this is the Pluto position of the US. This is where Pluto is right now. And it's the exact same, Capricorn 27 degrees retrograde. So the big government is highlighted in the US because that's Capricorn, but also the smaller kind of municipalities or towns or leaders of neighborhoods, towns, local living, things having to do with that are also highlighted. And there can be big revelations coming up about what Spirit's actually showing me, what's been going on at those smaller levels in the town. And Spirit's showing me right now, Project Veritas or OMG Media, when they like put out those videos from a school, a local school, and something gets revealed from one school that's actually been happening countrywide. It's stuff like that going on, if you guys know what I mean. So pay attention to what's going on with the United States. Not that, the United States is the center of the universe, but it really is the stronghold for freedom in the whole world out of any other country. And it has a very big influence and does impact the rest of the world. So things are going to start being revealed having to do with the US, having to do with the governmental systems also of the whole world, clearer and clearer October 10th and onwards, because that's when Pluto goes direct. And we're still in that Mars square Pluto. And squares, we can look at it and go, oh my God, that's scary. That's negative. Something bad is going to happen. Or we can look at it, as one of my astrology teachers says, like a creative tension. Okay. It's a tension that needs to happen to bring things up to the surface so that we can move forward. Okay. So that's how I like to look at it. And we can be mindful of that, knowing, okay, that's going to be a very intense day energetically. We don't want to get into any unnecessary conflict. We don't want to put ourselves into any weird, intense positions. We can work with it that way in the light aspect. Okay. And with Mars conjunct the South Node in the square to Pluto, the South Node represents our past, things from our past. So not just what's going on in the now, but things from the past coming forward that can be making us frustrated in our personal lives and also collectively. So paying attention to that, and past lives as well. The South Node can be past lives. So it's also interesting that during this Mars square Pluto exactly, Venus is going to be at 29 degrees of Leo, which 29 degrees is a Leo degree and a critical degree, and then ingresses into Venus, Virgo, 0 degrees, another critical degree. So Venus is like at a really intense position right at the end of a sign in the critical degree and moving into Virgo at another critical degree while this exact Mars square Pluto is happening, which you can't make this stuff up, you guys. Venus, the planet of love, our relationships, physical resources, and our values, with Mars and Libra, this is very much about our relationships, the financial system, leaders, which is ruled by Leo, all of these things being tested. So I can't highlight enough how intense this day is going to be. You're going to want to mark your calendars and pay attention to what is going on. Okay. And Venus is going to be in Virgo. Yay, Venus in Virgo, from October 8th to November 8th, 2023. So we can feel more Virgo in nature with our values and what we love to do and how we love to enjoy life. That's Venus. So holistic healing, exercise, new exercise practices, our routines, organization, and cleaning are all great things to do while Venus is in Virgo for the whole next month, from October 8th to November 8th. All things Virgo are highlighted. We can be feeling more analytical in love and finances, which I'm actually really happy about this, because I feel like some people really need clarity about relationships that don't serve them. And Venus in Virgo, which is the most critical and analytical sign, is collectively going to help us see things more clearer with that beautiful Virgo, analytical, critical, perfectionistic viewpoint and perspective, which, yes, can be hard when you are a Virgo to have that, such intense critical thinking and seeing, but it's actually a blessing because we can see clearer things that are not in alignment in love or our physical resources or our values. So I'm really excited for Venus in Virgo for all of us. I think that is going to be great. So any confusion around relationships, we're going to start seeing things clearer, and we don't want to poo-poo any red flags. We want to face them. We want to be in our Virgo and face them and go, okay, maybe I need to clean out this relationship. Maybe I need to clean out this value. There's the red flag. There's the red flag. So let me know if this is resonating with you guys in the comments, and if you guys are going through any of these things in your life at the moment, because I've been hearing it in the one-on-one consultations and in my personal life as well. These themes are very much apparent for sure. So just want to take a break for a moment and mention that, yay, Julie and I are doing our Astrology Foundations course, which is available at beyondmystic.academy. Okay, the Beyond Mystic Academy. And you can register now for the Astrology Foundations course that's starting live every week as of October 13th with Julie and myself. So even if you sign up for it today or in the next coming days, there's a bunch of pre-recorded videos already on the history of astrology, the basics of the birth chart, the nature of the planets, the 12 houses, and then live every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, from October 13th to February 9th, Julie and I are going to go through each of the 12 signs, the archetypes and the meanings of all the 12 signs, and the meanings of each of the planets in all the 12 signs. So this is, if you want to get more into astrology on a personal level, or even incorporating it into your professional practice, this is going to be an amazing course for you to do, for sure. And you can use discount code ASTRO15, all in one word, to save 15% off. And that discount code is going to be valid until October 12th. And the course even includes a free workshop with Janine, Julie, and myself, which is the Tarot and Astrology Workshop Connections that we did. So it includes a free workshop as well. And it's at a very reasonable price for a foundational astrology course, which is $299, which I know that that is a lot for some people at the moment. But you know, most astrology foundation courses are like $500 or more. So we wanted to make this affordable for everyone because it's very important information at these times. And yeah, if you'd like to sign up or read more about it, that's over at beyondmystic.academy. Okay, and yeah, I think that's, well, I had one more thing to share that I hadn't shared yet about Pluto moving direct, okay, which is going to be happening on October 10th, Pluto going back into direct motion into Capricorn and starting to go full steam ahead into Aquarius. January 20th, 2024, Pluto will be in Aquarius again, and for a much longer period until September 2024. So when Pluto goes direct, it is still the Pluto return of America, even though when America was founded, and yes, this fly from the other night, the live show from the other night is still flying around in my office. So if you guys see this fly flying around, we've got the fly medicine with us. Yeah, in the United States chart, Pluto is retrograde, okay? But even when Pluto goes direct, it's still kind of, it is like a Pluto return still because it's at 27 degrees of Capricorn. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. So Scorpios are going to be really feeling this the most when Pluto goes direct, as well as the Capricorn. So this is very good for Scorpios like myself, yay, and the Capricorns. And again, we're in that Pluto return of the USA. So the USA is highlighted, that country, the governments, and things being revealed. And when planets go direct, it's like we come out of more of a self-reflection, reflective, reviewing, behind the scenes mode, and it's outward, it's direct, it's moving forward, it's things out in the open. And Pluto rules secrets and things being revealed. So things are going to be more clearly revealed with Pluto going direct. And then we're going to have Scorpio season starting on October 23rd. I've probably said intense like 20 times in this video. Forgive me, you guys, but this is going to be a super, super intense month, seriously. So pay attention to what is going on, what is being revealed October 10th and the weeks following that as Pluto is direct. Pluto is the revealer and now moving full steam ahead. Capricorn rules governments, rules, and authority figures. And Pluto has been retrograde since May 1st. 2023. So that's quite a while. And I went into my, Scorpio investigative mode before recording this Beyond Astro. And I was looking at, okay, April 30th, the day before Pluto went retrograde on May 1st, 2023, what was going on? What was going on in April? Okay, that now Pluto went retrograde and has now kind of been hiding. Okay. And this was one of the main articles in the Wall Street Journal on April 20th, 2023. I'm not going to say it out loud because this is being streamed on YouTube, but you guys can see what's up on the screen here. And this is something in our freedom-loving community, this subject that a lot of us are like, when is this going to come out? This is a real game changer. This is going to be more highlighted, this subject. Okay, you guys, with Pluto going direct. For sure, because it was, more talked about pre-May 1st, 2023. And then this article came out in one of the biggest newspapers in the US. And then it's been kind of crickets, right, with that whole subject. So that's going to be coming to the forefront. And really anything pertaining to people in powerful positions, that's Pluto and Capricorn, okay? And scandals, that's Pluto. And the darkest sides of life, that's Pluto. So a lot of those things starting to get revealed. This is going to be a very, I'm going to use the word dramatic eclipse season. I am going to use that word with all the things coming out and being revealed. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of all of that information. And, even though there's some intense things going on this week, I always love that saying, we can observe, but not absorb. Okay, so we can really be in that practice of observing, not absorbing, taking space from situations that are getting heated. Physical exercise, that's Mars, doing physical exercise, walking, dancing, running, moving our bodies to kind of be a remedy for having this Mars square Pluto, okay? So it's good to be aware of these things going on. And I want to mention as well, before we finish up, that May Levy has her final activation of her Abundance and Manifestation series. This is the fourth and final one that's going to be recorded live on October 6th at 11 a.m. Eastern. So you can sign up for that at beyondmystic.academy if you like. This is an amazing series to help you unlock the power of your abundance and manifestation. And this one in particular is unlocking the power of your mind, heart, and soul. And it's a pay what you want scale from $22 to $222. So you can, put it on donation scale, what you would like to donate to participate. And May Levy is awesome. Definitely check that out, you guys, if you want to be doing some abundance work. And I'm sure some of you saw the other day, Julie and I did the new Astro Woo astrology forecast for the month of October. So that's available on the Beyond Mystic and Maison Jupiter YouTube channels for replay. We go deep into the astrology for October, and we do a reading for all the 12 sun, moon, rising signs for the eclipse season. So go check that out if you haven't seen that already. And I'm going to pull some cards here. Let's do some cards, how we can navigate the energies of this intense week. I'm going to pull one card from each of these decks. Let's see what we get. How can we navigate the energies of this week? Nice. Dream, sweet, sleep, dream. So sleeping it off, getting good sleep, paying attention to our dreams. And the little affirmation on here says, sleep that's deep and lasts till morn. Wondrous dreams for days reborn. So, okay, we're being guided. Get your sleep. Sleep is very important. Also to be, at our energetic height and maximum sleep is obviously extremely important. So there's just a message around that. We need to pay attention to our sleep. Okay. And from my astrology cards, I pulled two. We got the progressions card, which is a type of thing that happens in astrology. I don't want to confuse some of you guys, but it's basically about change and being on our Earth journey and the changes that happen with the planets along our Earth journey. And I'm feeling from this right away, like this week, it is going to be intense. I'm just being honest with you guys, but it's not going to last forever. So we can observe, not absorb it, move through it. Okay. It's not going to last. It's just something we're moving through, we're progressing through, and collectively, we are in a strong position. So I love getting this card. This means that we're on the right track and we're in a strong position, okay, with everything that's going on the world stage, and just making sure that we are taking care of our bodies, okay, with some of these really intense energies. And that also has to do with Venus and Virgo. Virgo rules our physical health. So how can we best navigate this astrological time and the energies? being physically at our best, eating well, doing exercise, whatever routines resonate with you. Everybody's different, so I'm not going to suggest one thing in particular for everybody. For me, I definitely need sleep. I definitely need lots of water, grounding, getting barefoot outside and moving my body and being active. So everyone's different. And maybe put in the comments below if you feel like what are some of the things you're doing right now to deal with the current energies to be healthy in your body. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Beyond Astro weekly forecast, and excited to see you guys next week. We're going to talk about the new moon eclipse in Libra at length. And I'm wishing you guys all a very magical, joyous, beautiful week. Even though we've got some intense energies, we can still have fun and play and live through it and be strong through it, like that strength card. So I love all you guys very much. I'm sending lots of cosmic love your way. Mwah! And see you next week.